When have Tottenham been our rivals? Explain this rivalry.
I've seen things before you were even born. I dreamed a dream before you were born.
My kids did not support Coventry City.
You wouldn't have them.
I would rather not have kids.
If any of them got us 10 million in front of you right now and said, go support Birmingham.
Is there 10 million here?
You've still got an asterisk over your achievements.
Would you rather Pep or Sir Alex?
I'm going to say Pep.
Oh, we are getting I've seen it all in the best part 40 years of my life.
And I've seen it all. I'm 23. I saw 10 years of Pep. You had like 25, something like that, years of Fergie. And relatively, Pep, like in a short space of time, in that same like relative time, was more successful. Like the amount of trophies he won, 20 trophies. He won 6 league titles. He won 4 league titles in a row. He got 100 points. He beat United in the FA Cup final on the way to winning the treble, made it even sweeter. And I just think as well that Pep changed football. Like he's done it at Barcelona, he's done it at Bayern.
2 different eras, mate. Two different eras. I saw the 90s, I saw United with doubles.
Well, Pep changed football.
Duking it out with Arsenal. I was there when Giggsy scored that wonder goal.
I was there when Gundo scored 12 seconds in against you in the cup final.
Oh, that was even before you were born, lad. I've seen
2
things.
years ago.
I've seen things before you were even born. I dreamed a dream before you were born.
Oh, sorry, I'm sure I can change.
I dreamed everything from 1990 all the way to nearly 2005.
You think about my dad's generation.
2006.
He didn't.
I've seen it all, 2008.
We couldn't dream that. We couldn't dream that because we were watching you do it. My dad, well, I wasn't. My dad was watching you do that.
You could dream it.
No, we couldn't dream it. We couldn't even dream of an FA Cup, mate.
What about how Fergie left Manchester United in 2013 with an old and decrepit United team?
They won the league.
And he still stayed on in the backboard. Look where United are now.
But you know a key difference, though, and bear in mind, these are the 2 greatest managers, in my opinion. I put Sir Alex first. He regenerated a side 3-4 times.
What happened when they played each other in 2 European Cup finals? Can you remind me?
That's fair, but Messi's on the pitch.
What do you mean that's fair?
Messi's on the pitch. And then you spoke of Pep changing football. Has Pep changed football for better or for worse?
Thank you.
The facts are...
You still got an asterisk.
You're asking who would you rather have for your team?
You still got an asterisk over your achievements.
Sir Alex...
Yeah, there we
I'll change just for that.
We'll all be dead before we even get an announcement.
Question.
His time at Barca, he went for the Barca job as Barca B manager. He was up against prime Jose Mourinho, and Barca picked him, and then he won the Champions League. He got rid of Ronaldinho, got rid of Eto'o, brought Busquets through. He regenerated that team as a manager who had never managed a professional team before, and I think he won 5 trophies in his first ever season.
Would you rather a kid who supports your rival or no kids at all?
As a father, this is the only right answer.
Yeah,
I've got 2 kids. This is
what we do. Whether you have kids or not.
Well, Hull don't actually have a rival, but I just don't like the thought of having kids. So, towards it all.
My kids did not support Coventry City.
You wouldn't have them.
I would rather not have kids.
That's mental.
That's insane.
That is mental.
What else has gone wrong in the kid's life? If he's not listening to that, he's been assigned. What else is he doing? What else has gone wrong, terribly wrong in that? You've said you're a City fan, you're supporting City, I will disown you if you don't support City. And then he then goes, I'm supporting United.
Okay, so what
else has gone wrong? What else has he done?
Would you rather have Haaland or Bruno Fernandes and Declan Rice?
This is purely
players. Nah, but if no one's feeding to Haaland...
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I was just going to say, for me, I think you'd rip your hand off for those, and it is obviously theoretical to get those 2 be amazing, but just for what Everton, I think, need, if we can keep hold of and die, you've got Dewsbury, or you've got all these players, all these crosses coming in. If you could have someone like Haaland who's you just know who's going to score goals, so purely on that.
That makes sense.
Can I rudely interject and say, it's not theoretical for me, because I have Haaland, and I would not have a chance of swapping him for them 2 at all, so... Yeah, I've got Haaland already, and I'm not doing the trade.
Haaland's generational, right? Of course he is. But without service, we have seen him exposed a little bit. We've seen Declan Rice dominate midfield to a league title, and he didn't have an attack in front of him worth his weight in gold, right?
Haaland dominated a treble.
Fernandes just broke a record in the Premier League too. So in terms of providing for this attack, theoretically, we've got the best provider in the league at this moment in time. You set your base first, innit? You have to set your base, just your platform to succeed, and the platform's not built from attack, it's built from defence, midfield, upwards. So.
You could have Haaland and take him away from City. You'd just guarantee the league, man.
But you see, I would never take rivals players. I don't like that.
Didn't you spend a few years taking
I don't like, what Chelsea signing do you think I like? I don't like any of the signings from Chelsea.
Sorry, I would never take a rival's player. Sol Campbell.
Sol Campbell, I mean, that's different. We took one of the best players.
The thing is, for me, like, strikers like Haaland are the rarest phenoms in football. You're telling me you wouldn't trade a defensive midfielder? Declan Rice is very good. Bruno Fernandes is very good. You're telling me you wouldn't trade the rarest striker profile that we've seen in the last generations, probably since R9.
Let's get it right.
For them to.
It's generational versus two world-class players. It's not very good. They're two world-class.
Yeah, they're very good world-class players.
Would you not have taken Kane off Spurs?
Of course you would.
Yes, you would.
Definitely.
Of course you would. Right, so I've just demolished his argument, by the way. So he may as well.
Hold on, demolish. When have Tottenham been our rivals? Explain this rivalry.
I'm not even going to answer that because
we go for titles against City. We went for titles against Man United. That's rivalry, not a local one. That rivalry is built off where you are in the area. In this day and age, it's different.
All day long.
What? Man United and Fulham?
That one there as well. Little City. always that little team.
He scored about 10 goals.
Always that little team from my side.
One game in the history of the Premier League where two players.
Always still little City.
Would you rather City win the league or Arsenal win the league?
Don't care.
Last season, if you asked me this, I would have said City, because Arsenal fans are insufferable. Weirdly, when they won it, I actually quite liked the celebrations, and I thought a newfound respect for Arsenal after they won it. So,
I'm here, Ben.
That's the City.
So weirdly,
I echo that. Exactly what you just said. But I can't have them doing it twice. Like they were fine that
it doesn't
time,
mean
but
anything
it would
once
be
they win it again.
City did it 4 times.
Nah, I know, but it's like, who cares?
I don't care, but my only argument is they've done it so much.
I liked Arsenal doing it once, but they
if Arsenal do it back to back.
Can anyone there give us a reason that doesn't include you don't know any Man City fans that can give you
Man City have done it so much now, and you'll agree with this, right? Compared to your first, second, maybe third parade, up to your most... No, not your most...
Oh, is it the parade police at it again?
No, not the parade. Let me like...
I was there, I don't care. Is it not a proper celebration? Everyone running on the pitch going absolutely mental.
But the reason why I'm on this side is because I'm jealous. Because I want Fulham to have that, like, incredible experience of winning a cup.
Would you rather win a trophy but get relegated or stay up but win nothing?
No.
What trophy?
Why would you get relegated?
Look, for me, football's about memories and moments. I appreciate a lot of you guys have had a lot of those moments. If I look back, say this is our last year in the Premier League and we've had 6 Premier League seasons, it's been amazing, but we've won an FA Cup at the end, I will forever remember that day with my family, with my friends.
I feel like it's a bit different coming from like a mid-table team now.
It's just relative to who you are.
I don't know why commentary.
You know what I mean?
What are you doing?
Mate. Why are Everton there?
Mate, let's not start again. Come on. We've never been relegated.
I've been in the Premier League for 25 years. You put in front of me winning the league and getting relegated, you know, what comes after that?
Championship.
Yeah, and then what's after the Championship? League 1, League 2 again? There's
but you've won a trophy.
I watched Palace stay up and win nothing for 12 years, and it was good. We won the FA Cup. That was the best day of my life.
You know what?
Yeah, but who's saying you can't stay up anyway and then win something the next year?
I said to someone off camera earlier today that if we got relegated this season, I'd be happy because we won the Cup.
Oh, we've got a great example here, though, right? It's not a like-for-like example. Who rated Tottenham after they won Europa League?
It's not about rating, though.
No. Even their fans, did you see their parade? That wasn't all Tottenham fans came out. Tottenham fans were furious come the end of that season. You couldn't agree with that.
I wasn't happy, obviously.
And you didn't even get relegated. 17th of the trophy.
I was in Bilbao. I was at that parade. They were some of the best days of my life. Like I said, that season, that 24-25 season, we weren't really at risk of going down. We finished 17th. Obviously, last year was completely different. But in Bilbao, that relief of not winning anything for so long, because we got taken the piss out of for so long as being Tottenham, you don't win anything, you bottle it in the big games, whatever. That was an amazing day for us. I went with the people that I've been going to Spurs with my whole life, and I wouldn't change that for anything. It's horrible being in a relegation battle as a club like us, as it would be for anybody, but that meant more to me than anything I've seen in my life as a Spurs fan prior to that. That parade was some of the best memories that I've had, celebrating that with the people that I go to football with. That is what it's all about.
Would you rather experience the Leicester season or experience the Agüero moment?
Wow. We've already done that once.
I love the Leicester.
We've done that already. It's all right.
What, against your closest rival?
Liverpool, Anfield.
Your closest rival?
Liverpool, Anfield. Was it QPR you done it against?
The thing is with this, right, obviously I understand you've got a whole season there of being a team that realistically couldn't have got close, shouldn't have got close to winning the league. I understand the whole context of that. But for me as a City fan, like, we'd not won the league in 44 years. So there's elements of kind of the Leicester story that kind of apply to the Agüero goal anyway. And then to get that moment to win the league and stop United winning the league as well, I can look at his face. I think his face sort of does a lot of talking for me, to be honest, at how like, annoyed he is. So yeah, I think the Agüero goal for me, I don't think you can top that. Like, and it's like you're talking about the most iconic moment for me in English football.
You talk about stories. If you want to have an ultimate fan story and you make a film about it, you're going to pick the Leicester story.
Well, why is that? Why would you say that's the ultimate fan story?
Well, because as a fan, that's what you want to experience.
Yeah, but I can
more.
talk about United dominating English football, having 19 league titles, being 8 points clear with 6 games to go. 6 games to go, 8 points, completely the same, games played. And they squander 8 points in 6 games. We beat them away at their place 6-1. This is like the English team at the time. They've won the most titles. They think they've had it. We've thrown it away completely. And then to score that goal in the last minute, it wasn't just a moment, it was more than that. There is the story there. Yeah. It's the complete capitulation of United.
If you want to put yourself in a position where it's up against your own individual biggest rivals, and last minute you've pipped them to the league, to the Premier League title, actually just think about, as a moment, we all live for moments as football fans, right? The season, the story, fair. I watched that Agüero goal more than I hear about the Leicester season.
Still haven't got to the bottom of your 115. And we'll be logging the ground before we even get an answer. This is... We will.
I had to take myself out of the big traditional club thing and put myself in the shoes of a club like Leicester or a club like Coventry or a club like Brentford, Palace, etc., who are not used to winning the majors. And that context is literally the beautiful game. And we've come a long way from the beautiful game. Now it's all commercial.
I would rather win the league like Man City did with that Agüero goal.
6 games to go. There were still 8 teams challenging for that league. Even United was still in it. Liverpool was still in it. Arsenal was still in it. Arsenal, the only team that beat the champions that season. I'll give him that. Even you could have won the league that season. But that was money.
He's talking about City like we were this juggernaut back then. We hadn't won the league for 44 years.
I know the comeback story. I know that Agüero moment, one of the biggest moments ever. And you can argue it, fair enough. I can't really argue with you because you lived through that. But what I'm saying is if I take myself out of the context of supporting a big club that wins major trophies, Leicester winning it, it's the beautiful game. And look at where the football is now. Lights, cameras, action, money. Look at the transfer window. You're not going to see that again.
Would you rather support your rival for £10 million or keep supporting your club and win nothing?
Literally 10 million quid to say this.
I'm not supporting Birmingham City.
10 million is a bit wild.
10 million quid, man.
They say money can't buy you happiness, right? Okay, no, but I would be so unhappy at St Andrews watching Birmingham City.
It doesn't mean you have to go to the games. My mum supports Everton.
I'm not being
and now she has to support Liverpool.
I'd
She'd have
absolutely
the
be out
10
of
mil.
pocket.
I'll tell you that for nothing.
Is it 10 million here?
This question's so daft. If any of them got us 10 million in front of you right now and said, go support Birmingham.
Would you rather take your grandkids to the pub or give them a few million?
Give pets money is not everything.
No, but that's generational wealth. You're giving them a nice life, an easy life.
Especially in London.
I'm not going to have any kids, I just wouldn't be it.
But you can still do that.
Right, guys, Domino's is here. Come get some. Who's winning the league?
You know what I think, but let Domino's decide. Red.
Blue
2 blue, Arsenal.
Get some.
Yeah, guys.
Any mushrooms on?
What makes you think? Just because the boxes?
Yeah, we're defending champions.
Yeah, go on then.
We haven't had to rehaul our squad like a certain club last summer. Nah, I don't.
I think you'd rather keep Rice.
You think I want a man that's... Look what he done to Gabriel. That's part of it, to be humble and all of this. Who's humble now?